Welcome to another day of How to ABL. Today is 10/13/2023 and it is shock season. Today is Hero Alien Mail Day. Now, I think there's a very good chance that Star-Lord Tier 4 is probably the meta for today because you can double support him with Rocket Raccoon and Groot. But I don't have a Tier 4 Star-Lord. I do have a Tier 4 Odin. And Odin does outscore my Thor. And with it being shock season, we're just going to go ahead and let him do what he's going to do. He doesn't really have any support. He just has the Asgardian team by having Beta Ray Bill and Thor on the team with him and a self-lead. But he has a brilliant rage, so let's see what we can do. His rotation's pretty easy. You're just basically going to do a 3-5-4. They're cancelable skills. You let your 4 finish. He kind of does a little hop, and then you know it's kind of done. And then you can do a 1-2. Cancel 1 and the 2, let 2 kind of play out. And then you're just going to kind of rinse and repeat every other rotation. Your 6 will be ready. So you'll be doing a 3-5-6. Delay for a second for the Bivadost ring to appear. And then you can interrupt that in a 4. And then kind of rinse and repeat. The very first 2 rotations, you're going to slip a 1-2 in the beginning. And you're going to slip a 1-2 into the middle of the second rotation. This charges up your 6 to use your 6 on the very second rotation. You only do this at the beginning. If not, it might slip your procs off over time. So let me show you that in action. And if you want to stick around to the end, I will give you additional information like team comps, build up, and all that good crazy stuff. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm going to run up right away. 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. As you can see, instant cancels. And then as soon as 1 is ready, 1, 2. All right, now we're going to slip in again. 1, 2, 7, 5, 6 for a second, and then 4. And there we go. Finish with a 1, 2, and now we've got the normal rotation. Now we can just do a 3, 5, 4. Use your 7 as soon as it's ready. You don't got to hold it. 1, 2. He's going to jump to the center. Make sure you're getting these orbs as soon as he's targetable. 3, 5, 6 for a second. 4. As you can see, he like cancels left and right with like all of his skills. So you're going to cancel for days. You don't need to save anything. But it seems like Thor is like the best striker for today. So I'm going to use him on the team, even though I don't need him for canceling. 3, 5, 6 for a second. 4. I know I did an extra 1, 2 there, and as you can see, my procs are slightly slipping off, so try not to do that. It's a reflex. I see a skill on cooldown, and I want to use it right away, especially when I'm talking and not paying attention to my rotation. All right, move around for a little bit. 3, 5, 6 for a second. 4. He does a little hop, the image appears. Use my 7 in there. Go ahead and pick up that orb, and then this time we're just going to do a 3, 5, 4. Save the 1 and 2 for after. There we go. He's going to dodge or slide across the screen. Don't stand in the fire. 3, 5, 7, 6 for a second. 4. Not even a full second. It's like half a second that you sit on 6. You just want the Bivadost ring to appear. And just in case you're one of those people that are like, why is he saying Bivadost instead of Bifrost? Because it's not Bifrost, it's an Icelandic word. It's the F is kind of pronounced like a V, so it's Bifrost. So, fun times, you're welcome. You're learning stuff all the time, right? Okay. Missed that proc there, because gotta pay closer attention to what's going on my screen. It's alright, we'll still make this work. I still anticipate this being a reasonable run, even if it's not a perfect run. He does have a lot of running around, which can kind of be good and bad at the same time. It's, I just missed my 6 there. I just missed my 6. I am so sorry, Odin. Okay. Pay closer attention. Come on, Blaze. And he ran right out of that 4. Probably should have waited and delayed that. That's all right. All right, so this is not going to be the best showcase for today, but you get the basic idea of how his rotation is supposed to work. It's pretty much a repeat. 3, 5, 4, 3, 5, 6, 4. 1, 2 is always at the end. So 3, 5, 4, 1, 2. 3, 5, 6, 4, 1, 2. And you use 7 whenever it's available. He's easy to use. He usually procs fairly consistently. I should have hit 7 mil. I'll run that again afterwards, but you get the basic idea of how the character is supposed to be played. Let me go ahead and show you how my account's built really quick, show you team-up bonuses and options, different types of teams you can use, and why I think Star-Lord is probably meta for today, even though I don't have them built. Cards really quick. I'm not going to go into great detail. Pause it if you want to see it in detail, but 16% Pierce, it should be 25. Higher Pierce helps with ABL. I just have been unfortunate and made some poor choices. Here are my X swords because that also affects all your game modes. Really quick, here is Odin's build. Odin's tier 3 to tier 4 is not a huge jump, but it's enough to have him outscore my Thor. Beforehand, he was barely scoring less than Thor. Now he's scoring almost 1 million more. So it is a jump. It's just not like, I don't know. It is what it is. Anyway, here are his stats. Everything important's capped besides for the critical damage, which is very close to being capped at 200%. We have got all of the skills pretty much maxed out on all characters. Here is his gear. Everything is amplified. We have Odin's blessings on some of his stuff, not everything. I do like the character. I've had him built since his last uniform. Actually, I tried to build him all the time just because he's a great character. Power of the Angry Hulk. Any of the attack sets are fine. He has an Order Instinct match, plus 10 artifact. Brilliant CTP of Rage at 280 at 1%. He does have a mythic uniform. So you do need his uniform. He does work with the Judgment. He does work with the Rage. I think Rages work better as a whole in ABL from my experimentation and from advice from others. So I always have Rages on my characters. Besides for Green Goblin, who I don't use in ABL, everyone else in ABX and ABL seems to have a Rage on my account. Let's see. So, self-leadership, extra lightning damage, 50%. The remove all debuff doesn't really do much of anything. And like I said, there is this team-up bonus called the Guardians of Asgard. And having all three of them together gives this little extra bit of a bonus here. There's really no other options. You can sit here and go to support. Nobody has support skills that are going to apply to Odin. And you can look through them. You can look at their passives. You can look at their uniform stuff. It doesn't do anything. And as I was mentioning, Star-Lord has a self-leadership, and Rocket here applies to Guardians of the Galaxy allies, plus 40% increase of energy attack. And Groot over here has this passive applies to Guardians of the Galaxy allies, increased damage dealt to boss types by 40%. So the two of those together does a double support option for Star-Lord. So I have a very good feeling that Star-Lord tier 4 is meta for today. 60% energy attack, leadership. I mean, it's just, yeah. I'd be very surprised if he's not, but I don't have him built. I mean, I don't even have a Rage on him. Not all of his stuff. I don't even think all of his Uru are, yeah, some of them are 5 stars and stuff. So, I mean, like, he's just not built. So it's not practical for me to try to use him today. So that's your number one option, I would say, is Star-Lord with double support. Number 2 would be Odin. Number 3 would be Thor. You could actually use the exact same team up with Thor. I usually did. Or you can actually use his self-leadership. If you have his artifact, which I do, his lightning resist helps his lightning damage. But I think using either Odin or even Beta Ray Bill at 60% versus the 50% might be a better option. This might even be a better team to run. So I'll probably experiment with this in a bit just to do a comparison. If you don't have those characters, there's also the option of this 24% cooldown, 15% increase of energy attack, and 15% increase of lightning damage. But I will tell you right now, using Iron Hammer is not an optimal choice. It's just, again, options. You want to look at options, and you want to figure out what works best for you and for your account. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Thanks for watching. May your ABL scores be as high as possible, and I'll catch you in the next one.